What's up guys, welcome to Supercars of London and welcome to Targa Florio Cars in Chichester. The story as to why that I am here is because there just so happened to be a white Bicolore pop up for sale, and seeing as I know that there's not that many in the UK, I DM'd these guys on Instagram and asked what the number plate was. John came back to me and asked, is there a particular reason? Do I want to buy the car? Am I going to be running finance quotes or insurance quotes, just so that I can get an idea of how much this car is going to cost me? And in fact, I just said, well, I just want to know whether it's my old car. And, well, the number plate that came back was RX11 OLU. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been reunited with my first Lamborghini. And the first time since I dropped it off at Southern Sky to sell. The owner that bought it from Southern Sky has done around 8,000 miles on the clock. This car is now 9 years old and done just under 23,000 miles. And it is in beautiful condition. The two things that I've noticed actually is, one, the interior is amazingly well kept. For a car that is this old, from Italy, that has done this many miles, I'm amazed at how brand new the interior looks. And also I believe that the owner has also PPF the front of the car, something that I didn't do. But how cool is that? It is up for sale for £93,000. I paid £107,000 for that car. So in the extra 8,000 miles and 3 years since I owned that car, it has only depreciated £14,000, which is pretty good going for a Lamborghini. The LP560 is one of my favourite shapes in Lamborghini, and I've been told by the guys here that I'm allowed to have the keys and take it for a drive. So I think, seeing as this video is already incredibly exciting from my side, and hopefully it is your side, the memories that this car held with driving down to Monaco with Shmi, Sam and Seb, I think let's go for a drive and take a trip down nostalgia lane. Well, I mean, this is pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome John to the channel from Targa Florio Cars.
Nice to meet you.
And well, I mean, this is weird for me. Like, this is really weird because the last time I saw it, I was just dropping it off and never saw it again. And what this car must have experienced in that time, the 3 years, I think.
It's yeah, it's weird to see a car that you owned before.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've ever seen a car that I've owned.
Oh, really?
After, yeah. So I don't know where my R8 went. I don't know where the AMG GTS went. I don't know where the Huracan went.
They'll pop up soon.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough. We see loads of the cars coming back to us.
Let's get the nose lift up just for the exit. From here, so I'm sat behind the wheel. I don't really know what to say. This is kind of sport mode immediately because of the clutch grab. But the setup that you've got here is so cool. This is the first time that I've been here. It reminds me in a way of Southern Sky. It's that barn feel, but it's modern at the same time. And then you're surrounded with an unbelievable collection of cars.
Well, we were first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of...
You've been here 10 years, right?
Yes, yeah. A lot of car dealerships now, they try to sort of steer away from the glass
the
showrooms. Yes, yeah. I mean, you know, this place is a little bit more relaxed. We try to keep it relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, we are in the countryside, so sometimes the car gets a little bit dusty, which is unfortunate, but...
No, it's an amazing place. You're right on the south coast. I knew about you guys for ages because obviously I spend a lot of time on Auto Trader, and I think it's safe to say that the photographs that you create for your cars that are for sale are up there with the best on Auto Trader. And I can see you guys working on the E63. Yeah. They're just beautiful. I feel right at home. The experience that I had with the Gallardo when I had it to begin with was, I was nervous. For the first month or two, I was nervous because it was a huge purchase of mine. I'd upgraded from an R8, which was a 40 grand car, to something that's worth 3 times.
Yes, yeah.
And it was my first Lamborghini. I had driven LP560s, but not to the extent that I knew that I was going to. So to jump into this, put the exhaust system on, which was just ear bleeding loud, and all of my friends that drove with it, drove inside it and heard it, said that it was the loudest car that they've ever heard. And my plan was to just make it the loudest Lamborghini in Europe. I feel like I achieved.
Good.
So then taking it down to Monaco, like, there's just so many memories that I have with this car. And it was cool when the owner that bought it off me got in touch via Instagram as well. So I shared a few stories that he had experienced with the car, but to see it in pretty much the exact same condition that I sold it in, from an interior point of view, it's in impeccable condition. It is beautiful inside. It smells nice, which I'm sure is something that you guys have done, detailing, valeting the cars.
Something to do with our valeter, of course.
And also to see the PPF on the front of the car as well, to know that it's a nice paint job and it hasn't been resprayed, because I bought the car and I wrapped it. So the paint was protected.
So you put the PPF on?
No, I didn't put the PPF on. I think it was done
wrapped it.
I wrapped it in red.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
I think PPF is the most important bit of kit you can buy when you buy a new car.
Yeah. Listen to the V10. Now, I'm not going to completely rag it through the gears, because this is a car that you've got in stock. Imagine me going, oh my god, drive my old car again. I can't drive it like I own it anymore.
No.
This is a car that is for sale, so I'm treating it with the utmost respect, because whoever buys this car is going to be always having a smile on their face and just loving life. It is a dream car. It was my dream car. It was my first Lamborghini, and just to experience it once again, it was an opportunity that I had to do. And I knew that it was a long drive, rush hour in the M25, and I just didn't care. I just wanted to get back in this car and just experience it for that one last time before you guys inevitably sell it, because the sun's coming out, the weather's getting better. This is when these cars start to fly off the forecourt. So
when I had my first Lotus Exige, I went home and I picked my wife up, and we went out for a drive, and then came back home, and she gets out of the car, she goes in the house, she comes out 20 minutes later, I was still in the car. I was just like, I love this car. The way it handled, even though I'm a Nissan GTR fan. I've had two.
They are cool.
The Lotus, in terms of handling, it was just mind-blowing. I got used to driving this car in traffic right from the get-go. One of the first times I drove this car was collecting it, and I had to drive back on the M25, and I joined the traffic, so I learned pretty quickly how to manage the clutch in this car. And I think I sold it with very similar wear on the clutch than when I bought it. And we are back. And even that, like even the noise that you have where you leave the engine running and the door opens, it's everything about it is nostalgic. And I was just explaining to John that driving this car brings back so many memories, but it literally drives exactly the same as when I had it, which is probably the coolest thing about the entire day. Not only seeing this car, but driving it and it just jumping back in as though it was normal. It is very, 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 very cool. And I was talking about how much it cost and finance and everything like that, because I mean, at 90 grand you probably can't get a better supercar for that money. And when you think about an R8 V10 Plus, yes, you get the ridiculous power, and on paper it's a faster car, it's a better car, it's way more engineered and it's newer. You don't get the Lamborghini flair. And at 90 grand, an LP560 Bicolore, 250 in the world, I believe 160 of them were white. It's an absolutely mega deal. And these guys have been so accommodating, because I literally sent them an Instagram DM asking what the number plate is, and here I am down here driving it. So thank you to Targa Florio. I am now going to jump in the BMW M2 competition that is over there that I've got for a week, and I'm going to be filming a separate video pitting that car against 3 cars that these guys have in stock and putting them with finance monthly payments. So I think that is going to be an interesting video. I'm actually going to check my phone, because I did ask for finance quotes on the Lamborghini Gallardo. So let me try and find my emails and see whether I know how much this is going to cost me a month if I was to buy it. You will not believe the email that I have from Mr. Tim Marlowe at Magnitude Finance. So
To give you an idea, when I bought that car at £107,000, I put £10,000 in, which is a 10% deposit, and I was paying about £1,300 a month for that thing. I've got the quote here. 2011 Lamborghini Gallardo with a 10% deposit and a 6.9% APR, the same as all of the daily driver hunt stuff. This car is coming out at £839 a month. £839 a month. That's half the price that I'm paying on my Murcielago. For a Gallardo. I feel like that's quite cheap. But obviously, it's still 840 quid a month. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is me being reunited with my Lamborghini Gallardo LP560 Bicolore, and what an amazing day it has been. I have tracked down my first Lamborghini and gone for a drive in it. I am going to be smiling from ear to ear, and I'm going to have to go back home and really take my Murcielago out for an absolute blast, because you can't beat doors that go up and a V12 that screams like a Formula 1 car. But that is a very close second best. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Please head into the link in the description so you can check out the stock that these guys have and check out the photos and videos that I've been talking about, because these guys really know how to photograph cars. They also know how to sell them. So I'll leave it here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, M2 versus some of the cars that they've got here. And I'll see you soon, guys. Goodbye.